Oi, alright, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you. This is Doodle Review. Another week, another Sunday, another Sunday Jazz Club. Random one this week though, we're going to talk about an EP. It's the You EP by Larry Lovestein and the Velvet Revival. This is unusual, not just because it's an EP, but because of the artist. Who's Larry Lovestein, you ask? It's actually an alter ego of the hip-hop artist Mac Miller. Sadly passing away in 2018, Miller has left behind quite a substantial body of work via his own catalogue and through little detours like this. The Lovestein moniker was adopted to produce and release this little collection of lounge jazz / R&B, and the results are pretty cool. In all honesty, I've never listened to Mac Miller's core discography. He's just one of many artists I've always been interested in but never got around to. Since his death, I feel like the lore, the legend and appreciation for Miller as an artist seems to kind of increase every year. It's a shame he didn't get to enjoy quite this level of reverence while he was alive, but by all accounts it seems like he had a really strong core fan base that was super dedicated while he was with us. I do plan to get into some Miller at some point, but in the meantime I was recommended I check out this curiosity by a mate, and here we are. To sum it up, what we have here is an EP that is elevated more by what it represents than what it actually is. The fact that Miller, an already successful rapper, producer, skills and talent people spend a whole lifetime chasing just on their own, the fact that he could perform and write this collection of really quite sophisticated lounge jazz tracks is super impressive and just underlines what an artist he was and what incredible potential he still had to come through. Tracks like Love Can Wait, Love Affair and You reveal quite a smoky, crooning voice, are capable of a really cool falsetto that isn't yet dialed in on this EP but is delivered with the confidence of a singer that would surely develop more and more they played in this style. Electric piano is the basis for the majority of the tracks here, which is just a guaranteed winner when it comes to conjuring the chilled lounge jazz vibe, and it's used effectively throughout, with Miller then layering out on additional synths and drum parts. The instrumental cut, A Moment for Jazz, is my favourite on this little EP. It utilises that electric piano, adds in some marimba, has some dynamic double bass and even a string quartet before changing up the beat into like an upbeat rhythmic section. For an artist playing it off like just having a dabble, this is some really cool stuff compositionally. Where it all falls down and why I say it's an EP that is better more for what it represents than what it is the sound of it. To his credit, Miller knocked this up completely himself and released it for free. I get that this was, fun for him and wasn't released under the pretense of being, judged as some touch-tone lounge jazz masterpiece. However, this genuine compositional skill he has kind of undercuts all that because it's so good. It deserves better than the completely out-of-the-box stock Logic preset instruments that are used. It's not even necessarily that the fact that the sounds haven't been manipulated or changed, but things like the velocity of the drum hits haven't even been touched or varied, so you're just constantly very aware of this being a preset production. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm taking away more positives from this than negatives, but the overall sound of the EP means I'm unlikely to actually listen to it that often. I'm giving it a 5, but that relatively low score is really just because of the sound and production. The You EP overall presents Miller as an artist with a very refined talent for composition and so much more promise that sadly didn't play all the way out. On the strength of this, I'm more excited than I ever was to delve into the rest of Miller's catalogue, so stay tuned for some reviews of that in the future. Alright, let's knock it on the head though. That's what I think. What about you? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Did you know that Mac Miller had this string to his bow? I certainly didn't. Let me know maybe where I should start in Mac Miller's discography, and while you're down there kicking about with the old taps and likes and all of that stuff, just give us a subscribe. Share your thoughts, share some love or just hold some abuse, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers mate, bye.